protecting endangered species. They have been very lax about letting people continue to trade when they shouldn't be trading.
At least in 1989, I think it got the policy right when it banned the international ivory trade. And for a few years at least, really everyone was talking of no trade.
And the message is that unless CITES really scales up and takes this issue seriously, we're not going to win this thing.
Wildlife officials in Kenya still discover African elephant slaughter at the hands of poachers due to some exceptions to the ban.
The demand for this ivory in the Southeast Asia is making the law enforcement very difficult.
So it means that if that demand continues, really we will see the extinction of the African elephant in less than 10 years.
I think we've been there before in this dire circumstance, and we beat it before by united international action to suppress the trade in ivory and to increase the aid going to those doing the anti-poaching and the fighting. And it all started by increasing awareness.
Poaching has gone beyond national boundaries now. It is no more just the South African poaching issue. It is no more just the Kenyan issue. It is no more just a range state issue. It has become a world issue.
We want the world to understand, to be aware that this is a crisis which is causing a lot of conflict. We are losing human beings. We are losing animals. We are losing our own people. It's causing a lot of conflict all over.
The threat to rangers, I think, is very, very real. We have seen rangers being killed in the past year in several countries trying to defend natural resources. I don't think it's very easy for an unequipped ranger to combat a well-equipped, well-armed poacher. And we need our governments to look at our rangers and our people on the ground and ensure that they are very, very well equipped to deal with this threat.
We cannot afford to have the levels of trade or the levels of poaching that we are seeing now.
Many countries in Africa will lose their elephant populations entirely if we do not do something about it. Our consistent position for more than 20 years has been that we cannot afford to have an ivory trade, and we must do everything we can to tackle the illegal side, and we must do everything we can to prevent a legal trade being re-established.
And we must work together across range states to be able to combat this serious menace that requires all of our efforts to bring it to a stop.
If we don't do that, then there won't be 38 countries in Africa with elephants. There may be 5, 6 or 7. And is that the kind of future that we wish? I don't think so. And so we will do all we can to try and make sure that elephants have a future across Africa where they currently exist.
We need to address the entire crime chain, not only the poachers in the parks, but also the crime chain that smuggles the ivory from the range country to the transit country, and then also the receiver at the end. The kingpins of these organized crime syndicates, those are the ones we need to address.
Today, it is virtually impossible for elephants to survive for long periods of time outside protected parks and reserves. This has also disrupted the balance in their sex ratio.
The effect on an elephant family when one of the members of the family are killed is very, very great. It's very profound.
Without them, the imbalance will not be able to be addressed. They are bulk feeders, they need a great deal, but they also help to replant and replenish what they destroy. If they are not there, it's like the loss of bees. Catastrophe awaits us.
The planet's remaining elephants are under dire threat. And although our generation will not witness the last of these extraordinary creatures, ours may be the generation that decides their fate. On July 18th, 1989, His Excellency Honourable Daniel Moi, retired President of the Republic of Kenya, torched 12 tons of ivory inside Nairobi National Park. Again to say no to the illegal ivory trade On July 20th, 2011, His Excellency Honourable Mwai Kibaki, the President of the Republic of Kenya, torched 5 tons of ivory that had been confiscated in Singapore.
We warned the world that allowing partial trade will trigger poaching. So we are convinced that legal